to LBS TV for this special assignment. In the year 2003, it is astonishing to believe that censorship could cause such an uproar in our local communities. In Fullerton, California, parents have demanded that the book Color Purple by Alice Walker be taken off the required reading list, as well as the shelves of the school library. The book contains such things as crude language, sexual content, and abusive behaviors. Is book censorship absurd or legitimate? First off, let's take a look at the students who will be affected by book censorship.
Something that they don't want you to see, or they don't think it's appropriate or to hear about, something you don't want to hear about. Okay, I learned those type of things on TV, and sometimes my friends, like, they would talk about it, and there's sometimes in magazines. Okay, well, I read a book about cruel language. It was from Rodolfo Naya. It was in Spanish, though, bad words, and it was called Albuquerque. Okay, I think I'm mature to read about these things because it's stuff that's happening today in our society, and it would be boring if it was just like nothing. It would be like no conflict in the book. I think crude language and other sorts of things shouldn't be censored because it's happening in today's lives, and we should know about it and read about it.
Is when there's no cussing. I learned about it in school. I read about all those things in school. Yes, I'm mature enough to read about those topics. No, because that takes out all the fun of reading.
First off, what is censorship? First off, what is censorship? Do you know what sex, crude language? Hold on, I messed up. Do you know what sex, crude language, rape, and abuse are? If so, where did you learn about these things? Language, rape, and abuse are? If so, where did you learn about these things? Do you feel you are mature enough to read about these topics? What are your feelings about your school censoring books?
When they blur out the face on TV, or when they beep something out when you're not supposed to beep and say it, so. Yes, I do know what those things are, and I learn about them because we have classes in school that teach us, and sometimes me and my friends go over these issues, and I hear it on the news, and then you find out. I have read a few books with some obscene language in it and some sexual content. I'm not quite sure what they are, but I know that I've read them. Yes, I do feel that I'm mature enough to read about these topics because if we don't read about them in school, you're just going to talk about them with your friends anyway. So what better place to talk about it than in a classroom where you have a teacher and somebody that knows more about it. What? My feelings about the school censoring books is I think that it's unnecessary because we already know what this stuff is, so why try to hide it?
Okay, in our U.S. history class, we're talking about censorship during the war, and an example of that is when the government limits things that go out during war times, like the press and songs and what can be printed in the newspapers and all that. Yes, I know what these things are. I hear about them through friends at school and church subjects, topics we do, and just you hear it through the grapevine at school. Yes, I have read books with crude language. An example is To Kill a Mockingbird, Um, they use some crude language in there, and there's some other books that I just can't remember at the time.
I want to think.
Yes, I feel I'm mature enough to read these books because I understand what they're talking about, and I can relate it to my daily life. Okay, recently we were told that To Kill a Mockingbird was trying to get taken off the list of 10th graders reading list, and I don't think it should because it teaches us things about racial issues in our state and our world today, and it's just a good example of how to deal with racial issues in the world.
Editing? Yeah. Movies? Yeah, I have a book. My mom bought it for me. Yes.